Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hi. Please tell me you can hear us.
Please
Well,
tell me you can hear me,
yes,
please.
yes,
Because there was a whole thing that happened with the thing, and then the thing, it turned off, and then the whole thing was just.
yes,
So,
yes.
am back, streets back, alright. Dun-dun-dun. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Almost finished my tea.
Can you? Yeah, yeah, that was the stress drinking tea. We were both like
Right.
doing that.
Okay. Um.
Great. I'm going to assume that if I'm mouthing words and you can't hear me, you haven't said anything, that you can hear me.
Okay.
Um, hello, everyone.
Hello,
I am
everyone.
Anviv.
I am Andrew, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Squishy Show for the second time today. Hello, everyone.
I had to say it, didn't I? I had to say what could go wrong.
Yeah.
And then it went wrong. I had to say, I'm sorry, did I jinx it? But thank you so much, everyone in the chat. I can see you were having lots of fun with the emotes. I should have just made it an emo only chat, but then I would have missed out on Georgia's awesome sort of storytelling, which, with your permission, Georgia, I am going to go find and I'm going to read it out loud at some point during during the stream. So maybe not today, maybe some other time in the future. So give me your permission, Georgia. There's a lot of stuff. We go, George. Devon saying we are 26 minutes late. Perfect 10 out of 10.
Yep. Yep. Would
That is
recommend.
a
Would recommend.
perfect 10 out of 10. I hope Crystal, who is in Sainsbury's right now, has not told everyone to come watch the show, like Andrew told
Oh.
her to,
Oh.
because
Oh.
because
Sweats.
yes.
Sweats.
Well,
Sweats.
hello, everyone. Before we start, I will just get a few words out of the way. Now you can see my arms. I need to be really aware of that. Let's get some stuff out of the way, and we will get into the content, the much awaited content. Well, we hope it's good now because it's been 26-minute wait and you're still here. So,
Yep.
um, so welcome to the Squishy Show. I mean, our goal with the Squishy Show is to bring our love for games and the gaming community to the forefront. We want to continue all of the chats that we start in game that we're always like, shh, there's a cutscene. So we want to start all of those chats and actually be able to finish them, but in a more sort of focused, entertaining, sometimes political, I apologize if we get passionate, way. We will be talking about the latest news in the Squishy Scoop. Yes, we have titles. In the Squishy Scoop, we want to talk about our favorite gaming memories and stories, as well as hear yours in Memory Stick. If something particularly weird, glitchy, interesting, or funny has happened, we'll talk about it in the Squishy Playback. We will run you through the upcoming game releases for the next week. And also be taking in questions. Got a question? Join our Discord. There will be a channel called Ask a Squishy section. You can post your questions there, whatever you want. If there's obviously a lot of them, we will only pick a few to talk about on the stream. So you can join us right now, and we will be starting that next week. There will be sometimes guests who you can learn something interesting from, but mostly we really want to entertain you. So do also use the Discord in the suggestion channel to give us any ideas of what you'd like to see, and we would do our best to accommodate through all of those. We'd like to give you as much variety as we can, so we have also created the Squishy Show road trip, which means that we won't be where we are right now, which means there's probably 100% more chance that we'll get everything wrong because we won't even be in our familiar setting. So who knows? Join us. That might be happening next week. Who knows? Join us. And just a little disclaimer before we start that all opinions on the show belong solely to me and Andrew and do not represent anyone in the games or any of the games, news, or opinions in the show. AKA, all opinions are ours and therefore we are correct, so shut up. Andrew wrote that and he made me read it out. Right, so without further ado, shall we get on with some news, Andrew? It's time for
Yes.
the Squishy Scoop. Yes.
The squishy scoop. There we go. We're doing a squishy scoop. Okay, so we've got two
Here we
stories.
go.
We've got two stories we want to talk about today. The first one that we want to talk about is the recent FAQ that the publisher's 505 games released for the soon to be released what do you call it, collector's edition of Control. I will let me. Oh, that's the thing I didn't open. That's the thing that hasn't returned from the
I
crash.
mean, for those of you who don't know, Control is a game. I think we might have mentioned it on stream. Andrew has been playing it, and I remember saying to Andrew that it was a game that I was like, I don't know if I saw it, if I would buy it. So I had watched a bit of Andrew playing on SharePlay on the PS4, and like as the more of the story went on, because it's a bit wacky, a bit weird, but like in a really really good way.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure because we love our stories. But I trust Andrew, so if he says that he likes it, then I tend to sort of give it a chance. And then I really loved it, and I was like, maybe I will. And it was on sale at one point, I think, and I didn't get it because I've already bought like 101 million games. But it was something I was considering to buy, which I'm now rethinking whether I will.
Okay. So the information that's given in the FAQ with the Control Ultimate Edition, the game contains the base game and the two expansion DLCs, the Foundation and AWE, which comes out on the 27th, which is when this Ultimate Edition launches. It then goes on, which platforms will Control Ultimate Edition be launched on? And it lists PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Epic Game Store, and Steam. It lists here how much will it cost for PS4, Xbox One, Steam, blah blah blah, and it's saying $34.99 now, which is interesting because when I looked at it on the PlayStation Store, that was showing as $67.99 or $69.99. So there may be some sort of interesting thing there. The bit that I found interesting is towards the bottom of the FAQ. It says, "Will Control Ultimate Edition give me access to Control on Xbox Series X and PS5?" And
So for those of you that might not know, or you might know, we're not sure, but so there is the talk of that games that are coming out now on the PS4, and I can only talk about for the PS4 because it's the one that I have, but I'm assuming it might be the same in sort of Xbox world where it will be backwards compatible for most of the games that are being released in this time period.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
I think
or people get
I think
yeah,
almost all of the Xbox library is all back compatible anyway, and
right.
Xbox are doing a real thing right now, which I find a bit weird, but this is maybe a story for another time, where all Xbox Series X games are still going to be available for the Xbox One, which I find a bit weird because to me, why like it's either not going to push the Xbox Series One far enough, or it's going to be a limited version for the Xbox One. I think that's a weird thing. But a lot of games have made announcements recently. So big ones include Spider-Man for PS4 and Cyberpunk, which have both said your Xbox Series One, your PS5 versions will be available for free upgrades for the version you own, which is where the Control thing comes in interesting because they say that when the PS5 and Xbox Series One versions become available, they will be available for digital upgrade. And then at the bottom it says, "What if I purchased the original version of Control previously?" And the answer to that is the free upgrade path to Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 version of Control is only available for Control Ultimate Edition, which means
Yeah.
that as an owner myself of the original version of the game and the DLCs that I've also bought, that does not entitle me to a free upgrade. So, full caveats here. I don't expect my purchase to be future compatible. And when Viv and I were discussing this story, I've spoken about the fact that remasters of old games I have bought new copies of. So from last gen to this gen, for example, Grand Theft Auto 5, I bought the PS4 version of that. The Bioshock collection, I bought the PS4 version of that, so I bought those games again. The Batman Arkham games, Asylum and City, I bought the PS4 version. So I'm not adverse to buying an upgraded version. My problem with this is that I'm I would have to buy the PS4 version again to be able to then get eventually the PS5 version, and that seems a bit weird.
So just to summarize, as Andrew, so two sides. Andrew is someone who has been, let's put it in these words, who's been supporting the development of the game by purchasing it as it comes out, is not entitled to an upgrade. And as someone who owns a PS4 and the PS5 obviously not being out and not owning any of it, I have to buy the Ultimate Edition when it comes out, which is expensive, to be able to then have it on the PS5 when I eventually purchase it. And I can, and like, even if right now, even if I had bought Control, like Karina, I see that you put in the chat that you bought Control in the sale. Like, even if you buy just that game and just the DLCs, like they won't be,
Yeah,
because you've bought them in that way, and only the Ultimate Edition will be um forward compatible with the PS5, which is no incentive anymore for me to play it right now or later. Like I don't even know what.
yeah. It just I can't follow the logic of it. Again, like I don't expect a free upgrade version to PS5, and it might be a game that on PS5, as that's the console that I use, but like on the next gen, that were in sale, I might have gone, oh, actually, I enjoyed playing that before. I would pick up a new version of it, but I don't. There's something about making me or proposing that I would buy the same game again for the same console that I find a bit odd.
Well, I mean, is it odd? Because, like, I mean, we've talked about this, Andrew. Like, things, like we pay for extra things because we like the add-ons and we like the cool stuff. And even if it's like, obviously we do it in Twitch, like we have the emotes and people can subscribe and get more. Like, those are things that I think. I mean, I would do them because I want to have those things, but it's the forcing me to give you more money for something that either I don't own or want, that I should just have, or that you already own, just so they can make more money when it kind of rolls over into a new console, which I have a problem with, because then I think you posted it in the chat again, Karina, about the Xbox, as you weren't quite sure whether that kind of arrangement with between the Xbox One and the X, whatever it is the new one. And Karina said something like, maybe it's to not alienate people who can't afford a new console,
Yeah.
which I really hope that's the reason why. Because what's happening with some of the games on this side, or in Control anyway, because that we're talking about today, is that it's going to either alienate people from buying the PS. Like, I'm not going to buy PS5 when it comes out, purely because I know there's gonna be a lot of this going on, and some games will be compatible and some won't. And even the whole, they're saying that the VR headset and whatnot's going to be compatible, but is it? Or we're just going to turn on our PS5s and it's going to, like, oh, there's a glitch, we just need to go fix that. Is it going to be another 64-bit upgrade for the Mac,
Well, I mean,
which kills all the other apps on the earth? Do you know what I mean? Like, it just
the thing with the upgrade, like, so the version that I currently own of Control should work on the PS5. They've Sony say that the majority of PlayStation 4 games as they are will run and operate.
yeah,
What they're gatekeeping is the upgraded version of it. So like improved textures. Like
yeah,
Control is lauded quite a lot for its implementation of ray tracing. If people are interested in the technology behind games and ray tracing and how games work and how well they function, I definitely recommend looking at Digital Foundry on YouTube. They do a really interesting video about the ray tracing in Control, and it's quite stunning. So those are the sort of things that they're keeping back, and the game will be available for PS5, and people will be able to pick it up. Then it just, I don't know. I just sort of read that and just sort of sighed.
yeah. Because even if I had to pay a little bit more,
Mm. Yeah,
Like
like
I'm paying, like a contribution to maybe whatever upgrades
yeah,
you have made to making the game PS5 compatible and to have whatever add-ons you okay, fine. But like you're saying, it was like 60 something quid, and I only see that for the deluxe edition. I don't see the ultimate edition
okay.
on the PS Store. I just had a quick check, so I don't know what that actually will be once it comes up. If it is around 70 quid, I'll wait for that to go in a sale someday. Maybe when I buy a PS5 someday. Who knows? Maybe when I get through all the games I need to get through. Who knows? But it's gone from something with for like I'll definitely gonna get that to, well, I don't mind waiting now because I don't really, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's my money.
It's a yeah
Like it's my money.
it's
Quit
a
your capitalist shit.
yeah, it's a weird thing that like that sort of thing can sort of sour your
Yeah.
view and opinion of something because like I genuinely have enjoyed my time playing Control, and I am still looking forward to the AWE expansion at the end of the month. It will be linking into one of Remedy's previous games. Why is my mind blanked?
Because you're
Alan
on
Wake.
camera.
Sorry, Alan Wake. Yes, so it's going to tie into Alan Wake. So Alan Wake's been brought into that universe. All those universes have been um, squished together. So that's kind of interesting. I'm all into that. But yeah, I sort of read this and just went, oh, it's a bit weird and a bit sad. I mean,
It is.
I'm not angry enough. Devon in the chat says get your pitchforks and torches. Like I'm not angry enough that I feel the need to find a random developer on Twitter and shout abuse at them. Like it's my money, and I'll just be like, "No, you're all right, thanks, Control.
I mean,
I've
my
already paid for it.
hopes
I'm happy."
my hopes with things like this is that, I mean, obviously, like we're both not fans of the abuse and stuff that developers get on. I mean, unless you're doing something absolutely terrible, um, that might warrant something like that. We're both sort of not into that, but I really hope that it has enough knock-on effect on sales that they go, well, this isn't really working. We need to do something about this arrangement, because really, that's what they're after. They're after more money, right? So, and I don't know how well the game is doing or did when it first came out, and if this is a way to boost,
I don't know.
because there's obviously the momentum of the PS5 and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I hope it reflects in their sales, and then and they change that. Yeah,
Who knows?
I feel away.
Maybe we'll come back to this story one day if things change.
If there's an update, maybe there's a continuity. So,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
But
I mean, yeah. Sorry.
should we talk about more capitalism?
Let's talk about more capitalism. Yay!
Okay. Second story. Same as the first, but different. So the other thing we wanted to talk about, which only happened in the last couple of days, is that.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah, that's
because
right.
a very important question has been asked
Okay,
in the
good.
chat, and I feel like I need to address it because we're in video and chat. Georgia, we are always drinking biscuit tea. There is nothing else. That is what.
Viv,
Yeah,
I had a delivery yesterday.
you did. Oh my God! Look at it. Why is it fancy packaging? I want the fancy pack. Oh no, is that just the box?
Yeah. Hang on. Ooh,
It's like me, he buys the 4 packs at a time.
Our first unboxing. We're such internet people now. Oh, I'm really bad at unboxing. Oh, this is really hard. This is really hard, people. How do people do this on the internet?
Dear. I like how Devon, before I had even responded, had already said they only drink biscuit tea.
Yeah, we do. Look.
Look.
This is what you need in your life.
This got to be our first sponsorship, you know.
It's the only tea anyone will ever need ever again.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Not spawn. No sponsorship.
No sponsorship. Just pure love. Biscuit tea and nerdy mugs. That's all you need.
Yeah. Look at my nerdy mug.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of Naruto going on today.
Yeah, nerdy mugs.
Yeah. I haven't got a nerdy t-shirt on, but you have a nerdy t-shirt on. Got titty-fall in your t-shirt.
Titty-fall.
Titty-fall.
Right. Other capitalist story. So, I think it was 2 days ago. I've lost track of days. Both Apple and Google have removed Fortnite from their mobile app app stores.
Stores. Yep.
And Google, no, not Google, sorry, Epic are suing both parties for this removal, which means that the documents for that suit are available and a very interesting read. Um, so, um, I'm going to tediously read some of the legal document to you.
Oh, I
That'll
can't
be
wait.
fun. On August 13th, oh, it was 2 days ago, Epic began providing Fortnite players the choice of using Epic's own direct payment tool as an alternative to Google's overpriced billing tool, sharing with players who choose to use Epic's payment tool the resulting savings. I'll go back
So
to
hang on, let me just summarize that. It means to go payments go directly to Epic. They don't go via any of those platforms. Can see
yes.
the already issues there.
Um,
Carry on.
yeah, that's right. They
Just legal words sometimes.
within the document they talk. Actually, here it is. So the result in every sorry in every in-app transaction for digital content, it is Google, not the app developer, that collects the payment in the first instance. Google then taxes the transaction an exorbitant, their words, 30% rate, remitting the remaining 70% to the developer who actually made the sale. So this is what Epic are combating. And they go on to say, in retribution for them implementing this thing. So if you buy the game from the Google store, it'll cost you $10. If you buy it direct from Epic, it costs you $8. So they say, in retribution, Google removed Fortnite from Google Play Store, preventing new players from obtaining the game. Google also prevented Android users who acquired Fortnite from the Google Play Store from obtaining app updates they will need to continue playing with their friends and family. They say in their document, in the first year after Fortnite was released in 2017, the game attracted over 125 million players. In the years since, Fortnite has topped 350 million players and has become a global cultural phenomenon. I mean, the damn thing was in Avengers Infinity. No, Endgame. It was in Endgame.
Endgame, yeah.
So the idea here is that Epic is saying that Google's making it their ecosystem. Actually, where's the ecosystem thing? They say it right at the beginning. This is how they start their statement. In 1998, Google was founded as an exciting young company with a unique motto: "Don't be evil." Google's code of conduct explained that
Hang on, back up.
What?
Their that fake code of conduct you said was don't be
No,
evil.
that was their unique motto.
Their unique motto, so not a code of conduct. Sorry, I just needed to
Yes,
point that out.
but
This is their motto,
but
don't be evil.
but their code of conduct explained that this admonishment was about how we serve our users, and how much more than that, it's also about doing the right thing more generally. This is what Google's code of
Okay.
conduct was. Um, the statement goes on, 22 years later, Google has relegated its motto to nearly an afterthought and is using its size to do evil upon competitors, innovators, customers, and users in a slew of markets it has grown to monopolize. So they're taking issue with the payment thing. So they say Epic does not seek monetary compensation from this court for the injuries it has suffered. Epic likewise does not seek a side deal or favorable treatment for Google itself. Instead, Epic seeks injunctive relief that would deliver Google's broken promise: an open, competitive Android ecosystem for all users and industry participants.
I mean, I'm gonna assume this is all transferable to Apple as
Yeah,
well.
they would have the same thing. So when Epic introduced this new payment method to circumvent Google's one,
Yeah.
they didn't submit it for approval. They just added it to the game, which is why Google and Apple have both removed it because it wasn't.
Wasn't in the
Yeah,
agreement.
because part of the agreements that people have with those storefronts is that any changes to your products have to be tested and approved before they can go live. So by Epic sort of swinging around the back and just introducing it as an option,
Yeah.
Apple and Google have removed the game, and now Epic are suing for this, which is
I mean,
it's a thing.
another thing that they've done is that so some of the stuff that I was reading was obviously this was a purposeful thing that Epic has done, in that they agreed to the agreement, whatever that was, and then launched the game and immediately added that feature in. And it was so, because everything has happened very quickly. It's like the game that version was launched, they introduced the feature, they had the lawsuit ready, and also they had a bit of a video ready
Yeah, they
as
did.
well. So
Yeah,
they have parodied, referenced something or other, a 1984 advert from Apple, um, which was to market their first. Is it their first Mac? Is it a
yeah. What I
Macintosh?
think it
The
was
first Macintosh?
I think it was either the Apple Mac 2 or the dumb one that was like all in screen. But yeah, it's one of the old.
Yeah. So they have parodied that. This is all stuff that if you'd like to see, we can link in our Discord later on. So do join that. Yeah. So they have parodied, and they had all of this ready to go within like
Yeah, so
hour slots. Because one of the articles that we read, there was like updates and it had the time, and it's not like there were days um in between those updates. So they clearly had planned to do this as a some sort of I don't want to pay this commission fee that you are asking for,
yeah,
except they agreed to it and then breached it, which the ruckus is what they want, I guess.
yeah. I
um
mean, they clearly anticipated that this would be the result of what they did if they had
yeah.
statements ready. Um,
So I mean, how are people feeling in the chat about this? I mean, this really reminds me of, except they did it properly, when people were removing their music from iTunes, and only, like, I know Beyonce and Jay-Z were doing this, but they were only adding it on Tidal, so you could not get their music on any
well,
streaming.
they own Tidal.
Yeah, they do, but this is why they wanted to remove it. It's because the fees are so, like, they're so high that not only are artists losing money from like disc sales and whatnot, because people are ripping stuff off of YouTube, but then also like the money they do make off of digital is now being taxed massively by the people distributing it. So this feels like a similar thing, except Epic has just gone, yeah, yeah, we agree, and let me just
Yeah,
add those.
it's it,
Yeah.
it's hard to feel sorry for Epic in some ways. Um, I mean, they have their own PC based shop ecosystem as well. Although their whole thing is that their commission fee is like 17% or something like that. But when they launched their store, they threw around their Fortnite money and were buying up games as exclusives. So there were big games. Some of them had been crowdfunded and such that had made promises for Steam keys and stuff, and they bought up all these things that were only available on the Epic Store, like Metro Exodus when it launched was
Okay.
only on the Epic Store. Shenmue 3, which I
Oh.
threw money into the Kickstarter and still haven't played because I'm a terrible person who waited 5 years for it and then never played it. Part of that Kickstarter was Steam keys, and then that went as a Epic Game Store exclusive. Epic actually fronted the money to refund people who were upset about it, because obviously people like their ecosystems and how they've got their game libraries and stuff in a particular thing. So if you like all your games in Steam for some reason, sorry, a bit salty. Then
So yeah, I'm still salty about the Mac update that you just killed stream. The only time I've tried to use Steam and I couldn't use it because of the Mac upgrade that turned all of the
32
that
bit.
could only ever support 64-bit apps and not 32-bit apps, and both Steam and Tales from the Borderlands, which I was playing at the time, well, I intended to play before I went on holiday, just left my computer. I've never had it back till this day. Yeah, just putting that one out there. So saltiness is much agreeable.
Sorry, when I just got really distracted because my fan just turned itself off inexplicably for no reason. That was
That can't be good.
weird. then I got a panic. I was like, has everything gone off? Has all the power gone off? But no, it's all fine.
I think you have a ghost in your room.
Maybe. So yeah, it's just yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see what comes of it. And in Epic's document, they list one event that they think is a comparable thing. They say 2 decades ago, through the actions of courts and regulators, Microsoft was forced to open up the Windows for PC ecosystem. As a result, PC users have multiple options for downloading software onto their computers, either directly from developers' websites or from several competing stores. No single entity controls the ecosystem or imposes a tax on all transactions. And that's a fair point.
It is a fair point. I mean, that happens with the Mac, right? Like, there's things that I can download through the App Store, and there's things that I can go directly to the website,
Yep.
And download the Mac version for, which is great because I'm not having to rely on the App Store having everything.
Yeah.
Because despite what everyone says, there isn't an app for that. So,
yeah. So, well, yeah. Well, I think we'll see what comes of this anti-competitive behaviour and whether or not Epic will win that. But
yeah. I mean, I wonder if, because I guess my issue here that I can see that Epic has is that the commission is too high. Like, it's too much money. Like, they have created this incredible game. I mean, not making it any less that it is create a platform in which those things can be presented. Obviously, they have spent years and years creating several games, which you are putting into this platform, and this platform is just taking that profit. Which I'm assuming when they compare it to when they're in their own store, the profit must be like way higher. And then, but also maybe they have more customers via Google and Apple. So maybe that what they're paying for is the people that they're reaching. But when you think about 30% in not in my peasant life, but in their life, like, that's a lot of money. And I know that part of I may be making this up, but I feel like on one of the articles that I read, they were trying to, when they did that, there was also a sale on. It was like a 20% off sale. So that I think they would, when you have the sale on and then you have them taking the 30%, like, it makes it really hard to give customers their sales if most of that profit's been taken away. And we all know that kids have been spending all their parents' money as on Fortnite and doing awful things to money. So anyway, yeah, capitalism in games. We love games, but then sometimes politics.
Yeah, Lou was asking any idea what percentage of people play Fortnite on mobile devices. I am trying to see if there's. I'm just quickly scanning through the document to see if they actually list that. I don't remember seeing it.
No, I don't think so.
See it in the legal document.
They just said how many millions of people had
Overall,
access to those particular platforms, which is millions of people have access to the game, and they're losing access to several millions because of the removal.
Like, I could be flippant about the idea of people playing a game like Fortnite on their phone, but the reality is that a lot of people can't afford multiple expensive devices, and if you have to choose,
would love to experience it.
If you have to choose between owning a mobile phone and owning a console, you're probably going to go for a mobile phone. So if that's your device that you have access to play games on, having access to a game like Fortnite is pretty cool. It's obviously not going to be the same as the 4K version that you can play on your PC, but if it functions and you can play, that's cool.
Yeah. And the good thing about, I mean, I say it is, and not knowing everything about what's going on and how they sort of deal with their monies, but is that when you said that if they buy it through the App Store it's £10, and if they buy it via Epic it's £8, is that they're not necessarily changing their prices. They're having to add on that money so they don't lose profit. Which means that players are having to pay more. So hopefully they are fighting this fight so that the players can have more and not spend as much money. So increasing access, yada yada. Not that they've gone about it, I think, in the right way, but again, I sometimes have to look at it from the perspective of how massive a company is and how untouchable they can become until you create such a hubbub that they have to listen.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's gotten to a point.
It's
Who
the
knows?
Microsoft thing all over again. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they uh, the Windows operating system at the time came with Internet Explorer pre-installed, and that was partly where it kicked off, or at least where the news carried it, of like the idea that why why am I having technology or something that I don't want already there?
Installed.
Yeah,
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 that is much fair. I see long paragraphs from Devon. Devon says, I mean, as a good business practice, it's smart to only launch something that the company can run and manage and profit from on their own, or prove that they can. If you go from the start and ask for third-party help to improve your company, then the launch really shouldn't have happened because the company was ready for it. So there was something in the article that said that Epic has increased their, you know, sort of audience by being with, I think it was Apple that I was reading at the time. Um, so they have done audience development with them, but that might not be the case now, and that's probably why they're kicking up a fuss, because now it's like, well, we have the audience now and we still have the same deal as when you were helping us grow more and more. And actually, I wonder if that following isn't growing, can Apple realistically charge as much as it did when it's not really helping it grow any more than what it is now?
yeah.
That's
I,
my
I,
brain, I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, I think the game's actually, obviously I can't check because it's not on the store, but I think the game is free to download because it's free on consoles, and then
Yeah.
you pay for access into
Yeah.
the skins and all sorts of things like that. Um, so yeah, the game itself is free. Um, yeah,
Karina says there were 100 million iOS downloads in the first 5 months.
yeah, yeah. Wow,
Um,
wow.
But yeah, and then Devin also makes a good point. I'm not defending Apple, but the £2 difference, the cost doesn't just go to Apple's profit pocket. They have advertising fee, maintenance fees, development fees in their app stores. Yes, I totally agree. I guess my questioning is if you're, it's like anything else. If I've got small, take the Squishy stream. If I'm paying Apple, I would pay Apple 50% of our income if they would help us grow big. But if we reached a cap and we've stopped growing and I'm increasing my profits and they're still receiving that 50% and it is non-negotiable, I wonder if I would then feel a way about giving them that much money when really we're maintaining what we have and we're not doing that work to increase, and could that be reduced to accommodate for their costs? And then I don't know, who knows? Just opinions. That we had on it, not knowing absolutely everything that it goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, anything to add, Andrew?
No, I think
Or
I think everyone's just gonna have to wait and see what the outcome
what
of that will
happens?
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Epic change phone ecosystems forever? Will we be soon getting the Epic OS for phones?
Yeah.
They can
Oh dear.
they can
I mean,
monopolize their own ecosystem.
not that you'll ever be playing Fortnite, Andrew, because it's really not your gig.
I played it once for about half an hour and went, well, that was unpleasant.
I I tried it now. I can say I've tried it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I tried it for about 20 minutes and it all just seemed quite complicated. So
Yeah.
I didn't play anymore. But if you don't have anything to add,
Nope.
we should go on to the next segment of our show.
Yay.
Yes, because we have a show.
Yay.
Which is Memory Stick. So
Memory stick.
Memory Stick, and we want to talk about something obviously that it's very close to us, which is our brand. It is the Squishy brand. We'd love to tell you the story of how it came about, why it came about, and show you the inspiration between
Fine.
between
Uh-huh.
the inspiration for, I don't even know what I was going to say anymore because that really threw me off, but
Go.
the inspiration
Go.
for all of the
Go.
for all of the cute stuff that we get to use in the chat now and all of our branding. which it's the Swishky Squishy Squishy. That's what I
Excellent.
said.
This is going well.
Yeah, it is.
Good story.
Anyway, the
Tell us.
Squishy stream.
Tell us.
I mean, I once received a text, so I'll tell it from my perspective, saying, "Viv, look at what I found. It came up in an Instagram ad. Viv, drink tea. I will drink tea." Um, and said, "Do you like it?" And before I had a chance to respond, Andrew went, "Well, I bought it one for both of us." And Andrew, if you would kindly lift yours up, and this was it. So this is Squishy. It was actually not even a brand or anything. When we first got it, it was just something that we were like, well, this looks like we could cuddle it on a bad day.
So
I'll get it.
squishy.
I'll get
So
it.
squishy.
And it's gone from this to this.
Yes.
And all of this that you see on your screen. So obviously when quarantine started, it was all awful because we'd all lost, we had no purpose, and people in this chat might feel the same way, that if you are a creative mind, you have a creative brain, you like doing creative things, and you like being active, that you will find a way, even if there's no money and there's no ideas. Your brain is like, okay, you've sat down for however long now, you need to do something creative. And Andrew, again, it's all Andrew's fault, isn't it? Andrew just messaged me and went, okay, I'm gonna tell you something. It's a question. You can say no, but it's wacky and I think we should do it. Which was to start streaming games. And so he was like, okay, we both love games. Yes, let's definitely stream it. Like, what could we possibly be called? And then, I mean, I can't even remember how exactly that happened, but we just thought, well, this is good. It's Squishy. The Squishy stream. Why not?
Represents both of us.
That is how it came about, and we asked the awesome Luciano to create something that was a combination of our love for this with our love for this. And yes, that is, before you say it, that is a limited edition The Last of Us Part 2 controller, which you should all see. Look at his tattoo there. Yep, just thought I needed to show you that. But look, this is, I can't make it do the thing it does in the logo, but this is it. This is the Squishy. That's how this is the Squishy show came about. And aren't we glad that we made it? Because I swear to God, it saved my life. And look at it. Look at it. We're in a show. It's great. I mean, have I missed anything, Andrew? Because we have gone through some branding and the theme tune. We have a theme tune now. There's some exciting stuff. We have pin badges. Got loads of exciting stuff coming that we hope we can carry on when we all start doing pooey stuff again, like work, I guess, because money. Thank you so much for the follow, Anxiety Panda.
Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome. But that is how the Squishy stream came about, and it's hopefully something that will carry on post quarantine, as entertainment for you in terms of games, but also in terms of shows and anything else that you guys want to see. That you can always leave on our Discord. I see all the much. It will come, okay? There's so much to do. We're trying to plan some amazing content for you that you can watch, Crystal, while you're out and about. And you can listen to us rant and do things.
So many spreadsheets right now. So many spreadsheets.
That's my fault. I'm sorry. I made Andrew, because I remember, if you have been in the streams, you know that I remember nothing. And so I made Andrew, much like how he makes me play games. I did not say you could get free much. Much like you, he makes me play games. I made him have a Google Drive, where we've got documents and spreadsheets so that we know what we're doing, what games we're playing, what the content is. We've got plans and then another spreadsheet, and then so it's all going there. So anything you add in Discord will go in our official stuff for official things and official or something.
Anxiety Panda has come from following us on Twitter, where the other day I posted a selection of my old LucasArts game boxes having played when we were playing Grim Fandango on Wednesday. I got all nostalgic and dug out an old photo of all my game boxes
Nice. I
and
saw that photo.
posted it on Twitter. So welcome, Anxiety Panda. Thank you for joining us. Um,
Yeah, welcome, welcome,
these are our
welcome.
faces. We have faces.
Yeah, you are coming in on the first stream that we are actually showing our moving faces.
Oh
Usually
no,
it's
no,
just a
no. There
photo.
was that one late.
Oh, there
There
was
was
that one.
the one late night one.
The one, yeah. The really late night with the 50 Shades. Which you should go check out on the YouTube, I think. Is it up there? Yeah, it is up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome, hello. Check it all out.
Listening to Christian Grey with a uh, with a
Oh
Hagrid accent. Yeah.
my gosh,
Sexy
you're so
times.
funny. I literally
Sexy
cannot.
times.
Um
Right.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've missed out on any of the squishies, but that is literally
Right.
all it was. You know, sometimes people talk about creating brands and they have this, it was so deep and I had an and actually it was just an advert on Instagram that was very well placed at the right place at the right time in the right eyes that was purchased, and it just catapults.
Yeah.
It just catapulted into this, and it just shows you. This is what I love about when things happen. Like it can come from like the tiniest of things. An idea can come from the tiniest of things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and sometimes it's a series of tiny little things as well that you don't.
are you talking about me?
I mean, you are a series of tiny things, but sometimes like the things in your life, like you don't in the moment, you don't connect them. You don't connect those things until
Yeah.
suddenly you kind of look back and
Until
you're like,
you
oh
need
wow,
it.
yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very, very grateful. I appreciated all of this that was happening, by
thank
the
you.
way.
I just saw Daniela's thing. Andrew could not read a sentence without making faces.
Yep. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it's
My big
quite
dumb face.
accurate.
um, yes, that was the story of Squishy.
Uh, clapping.
Yeah, clapping Squishy.
It's our life. It's
Yeah.
half of my life currently. I can plan to never stop it ever. But we are obviously running late. Thank you everyone for sticking with us. We are going to move on to our next segment, which is something that I can't remember, but it's upcoming games.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, I said that right. Oh God.
And I probably spelled that correctly. Who knows anymore? Who knows? So yes, I was just going to read off some of the upcoming games for the next week for you guys. So we have Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is the return of the quintessential flight simulator, which will be released on 10 DVDs. But if you have, if you choose to have the functions switched on, it will also use satellite data to propagate real-time light and clouds and weather for wherever in the world you are currently flying, because this game is the entire world. It's not.
As in the real world.
Yep, the entire real world. So if you want to fly really from here to Australia, have at you. You can do that, and that will be out on PC on August the 18th. Next, we have Mortal Shell, which is an action RPG Souls-like game. If you like those hard bastard kind
When
of
you
games.
say Souls, do you mean Dark Souls?
Yeah, Dark Souls, Bloodborne.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god.
They're not a fan.
I played an hour of that game. Sorry, I just needed to add that in because like people say it's hard. I didn't even get to the hard bit because the fighting annoyed me so much that I pressed the button and then like half a second later it would go, it's like press. Carry on. Upcoming games, everyone.
That is out for PC, PS4, and Xbox on August 18th. Battletoads makes a return. The 1991 hard as balls beat 'em up is back for 2020. Will it still be that hard 30 years on? If you like the original,
Will it be harder?
This one just looks beautiful and the same. So if you like that, that is out for PC and Xbox One on August 20th. Then we have the Frostpunk on the Edge DLC, which is the DLC for the city building survival game. It's a new scenario. It's set on an abandoned army warehouse unearthed after the Great Storm. I don't know what any of those words mean, but if you like city building survival games, Frostpunk is one of those, and its DLC is out for PC on August 20th.
I feel like I know what nothing means unless it's on the PS4 because that's the only console that I own. So people say words and I'm like, yeah, this, yes.
Next we have Grief Helm, which is a medieval tactical fighting game. I think it looks quite similar to Nidhogg that we were playing, except
Oh, okay.
you're not having to run distances. Like you're sort of staying still. If you win, somebody else comes in, but it's
Oh, okay.
a little bit more tactical than the just rando waving around that Nidhogg was.
Do love a
Um,
good multiplayer.
and that is out on PC on August 20th. Uh,
Oh, PC. So please.
yeah. Uh, Next, we have Peaky Blinders Mastermind, which is a
Okay.
puzzle adventure game based on the TV series of the same name, which is out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on August 20th. Then we have Eokana, Four Realms Across the Blue, which is a Japanese visual novel, and I think that's all you need to know about that one.
Just go see it.
That is
Looks at the PlayStation Store.
that's out for PS4 and Switch on August 21st. Then we have a new Super Lucky's Tale, a 3D puzzle adventure. If you've played Spyro or any of those kind of mid 90s
Spyro.
3D platformers, it's that sort of thing, but new. It's out for PS4 and Xbox One on August 21st. And lastly, we have PGA Tour 2K21. And my note for this, I wrote bloody golf in it.
Golf.
What more have I got to say? That is out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Stadia on August 21st. And that is all your games for next week.
Daniela was saying it's a shame they're not releasing Goat Simulator 2. Viv loved that game so much. I did actually
It really
show
did.
her this because who wouldn't want to see a goat jumping around and doing God knows what, become a demon? That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
demon
you
goat.
really loved that game.
It's really weird. Like I really like. I wish there was more story for me to follow because that is how you engage me. Like it was good for that hour, maybe hour and a half that I played it. I mean, it's immediately deleted because I haven't got space on my system for all of that unless I'm actually playing it. And now I need to finish all the other games that I've started. Well then.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's your upcoming games, everyone. Once again, we would love and welcome your feedback. So do join our Discord and give us your suggestions. I see some stuff in the chat, but do pop it in the Discord because it does get lost in like heaps of information. And also, there is, I have mentioned it earlier today, we have an Ask a Squishy section. So if you have any fun, anything you want to know about us or the stream or whatever, post it on the Ask oh my god, Ask a Squishy a question.
Yes.
That's the channel.
Yes.
Post it on there, and we will bring those or whatever we can bring to the table on the next show. So do make use of
Well,
that. There will be a couple of more, yeah,
I was going to say on a future show.
on the future show. And yeah, do make use of that. There is a couple of fun channels that we have added for foodies and music, and there's lots of fun stuff. And whilst we are all sort of going back to work and becoming progressively more busy, we'd love to stay in touch with you when we're not on streaming and doing things. If you don't have time to watch us or whatever, and you prefer to be playing, then let us know what you're playing, the music you're listening to, gaming, non-gaming, so yeah, join us, give us your food and your music and your games. Let's keep chatting. So do make use of that. And Andrew, would you like to talk about next week?
I will talk about next week. Thank you very
Yeah.
much, Viviana.
That was your TV presenter voice.
was
And
my
now
TV.
over to Andrew Davidson, somewhere else in the world right now. Andrew?
So next week will be our first Squishy Show road trip.
Road trip! Road trip!
If you had watched the trailer we put out at the beginning of the week for the Squishy Show, you would have seen some clips of us with our good friend from the stream, Punk Blabble, as she was making some food and we were being irritating as hell.
Oh, it's such fun.
That was just a test to see if such a thing were possible to do. It turns out it is. So next week we're going to do it live. We're going to have
we are.
We're going to have some multiple cameras set up so you can see exactly what's going on. We will make the recipe available in advance if you want to cook along with us. We will make sure that you know exactly what you need, and then you can follow Blarble's instructions as she gets on with it, and try and ignore us as we try and get in the way.
I mean, hopefully you'll be able to hear her over us. We'll do our best, but I can't promise anything.
Yeah. It's gonna be beautiful Korean food. It's gonna be very.
Oh yes, beautiful vegan Korean food.
Yes.
So it's gonna be good. As she said in the chat, can confirm they are the worst. We're so. No one, absolutely no one hid your avocados, okay? You lost those all on your own. I'm just saying. And I'm the most unhelpful. I was the one furthest from the hob. You can't. I'm small and he's tall and he's in the. You'll see it when we do it.
Avocado hiding is fine. You hid her bin and she didn't know.
The bin moved itself.
I have video evidence of Viv moving a bin and Punk never noticing until far too late. Look, in the chat right now, Viv is the worst. That's what I've been saying.
Viv is the most unhelpful. I mean, you're saying that, but...
What I've been saying all along.
Well, can I just say it was Andrew's idea to do this, so who's the worst, really?
Very fair.
Also, Devin, you agreed. This was literally our pitch to you. Can you please cook something and can we annoy you while you do it? And you said yes.
Viv is going in the bin
I'm just
next
going.
week.
I could probably fit like both feet and then a little squat. So Viv is going in the bin next week. That's what we're cooking.
Georgia says Viv may not visit our house. Andrew
no!
may. Yeah, Andrew's the best. Andrew's best squishy. Andrew's best squishy. Andrew's best squishy. Yeah. And also very humble about it as well.
Yeah. Yep. No, everyone here is humble.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Well then.
Everyone.
That I think concludes the end of our first squishy show.
We did a whole thing. We did a whole talking.
We did the whole thing. Absolutely. No one was 26 minutes late because their internet died and all of the settings changed on the audio. So no one could hear me. Absolutely none of that happened. You should have checked your watches because we were on time and you were all just 26 minutes early. So please get a watch that works and it's set to, UK British time, summertime.
Wow.
And we will be back with some more squishy road trip next week at 2 p.m. So don't miss that.
Classic squishies blaming the audience.
I mean, they made art for 26 minutes. I mean, that was very much appreciated art.
Yeah.
It was just lucky that we were here 26 minutes early, Andrew, to see all of that. Otherwise,
that's true. But Viv is right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us and for taking part and for being here. And it's been very lovely. And we hope you've enjoyed and laughed and learnt something. And yes, that is the entirety of my sentence, despite the fact that it sounded like I had more to say. I didn't. I just like pregnant pauses there.
Yep. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Nothing.
Nothing wrong. Bye, squishies. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, squishies.
Take care. Bye.